Namaste and hello. I'm Kai Anders. Today I'd like to talk to you about a room with walls made of time. You and I were each born into our own very separate but interconnected room with walls built of time. No one has the ability to come into our room completely. No one else can know the contents of our rooms completely. Only we have that luxury. We make all of our decisions based on the content of that room and what we imagine is the content of others, their rooms. With our loved ones, those people we wish to spend a great deal of time with, we will actually move the one wall of our room to accommodate them, and they move one wall of theirs so that we have kind of an interconnected visiting area. And depending on how much we like someone or how much time we have to interact with them, that's the size of our mutual visiting space, the walls of which are built of time. A lot of things get put away in our room before we become aware of what's happening. They're locked away in trunks like mementos, memories. Most of us haven't even begun to plumb the depths of all we have stored in our room. But be assured that every decision that you make and every decision that everyone that you see makes is based off of what they saw in their room, what they know is in their room. And if we had access to that content, there's a pretty good chance that we would do the same thing that they are. So when you see somebody acting weird, strange, take delight. They're just living their life. In a way, we get to be like some people I know who, as they drive down the road at night, they like to look in the windows of the open windows of, people as they're going about their day. Here on YouTube, there's lots of videos where people put up a camera showing what they do during the day, and it's like candid. When you see somebody acting in a very strange way or a way that you wouldn't, what's happening is they are giving you a glimpse inside the window of their room. This is how they live their day. It's what they do. The diversity of what we do on a day-to-day basis is astounding. It's delightful. It's fascinating. It's interesting. Is it odd to us with the content of our room? Undoubtedly. But they're living in an entirely different room. So, if you have a spouse, let's say, or a significant other, you're likely to build a large, luxurious visiting area. They will do the same, and it's a mutual visiting area. But even with that, there are times where you have to step out of that room or that visiting area and go back into the solitude of your own room. Recharge, rethink, or just live. If you start thinking of your life as a room and their lives as a room, You become appreciative of the visiting area, how much space they've offered you in their room. If it's done out of love and respect, the amount of the size of the visiting area, the welcoming that you receive when you go there, that all tells you something about how they consider you. Because if somebody truly enjoys visiting with you, they make you welcome. They invite you in. They offer a meal or whatever. And you do the same in return. If you spend too much time alone in your room without visitors, you can get caught up in the contents of your room and forget how to invite people in. I see that quite a lot in my odd solitary, well, semi-solitary nomadic life. And then there's those people who are so afraid of the content of their room, which they haven't yet fully explored, that dotted all around the edges of their room is lots and lots of visiting alcoves. And they want someone visiting all the time. This distracts them from having from the realization and the fact that we all live our entire lives in our own room, by ourselves, with occasional visitors. One of the reasons to study things like this and other things that I have on my channel, people like Sadhguru and Muji and Adyashanti and Alan Watts and Gangaji and all these people, Eckhart Tolle, the things that people talk about help us to become comfortable with the fact that we are living in our own room. And all we have is visitors. So when you look at someone else and you see them acting strangely or something like that, consider if you had all the information that they do, and if you put it together in the same way that they did, it would make perfect sense to you. Whatever it is that they're doing would make perfect sense to you, because it makes sense to them, at least at the moment that they're doing it. Take delight. It's much better than having judgment. I'm going to rephrase that last statement. It's more skillful than having judgment. Judgment says something about your own brain. Discernment, which judges skillfulness and unskillfulness, has something to do with the actions of others. If you can come at what other people are doing just by watching and seeing, imagining that you're glimpsing them in a candid moment inside their room with walls built of time, just as opaque as a regular stone wall, but take delight. Makes life fun. Anyhow, take what you want, leave the rest, and I hope you have a lovely, happy, joyous life.